Okay, today we're going to be changing the, well, I've got to put a thermostat in because I don't even have one in there. But I'll show you how to put in a new thermostat. This is my 88S10. I'm going to have, when we get to that point, I got a few tips for you. Some people make the mistake of putting way too much gasket sealer on. So we'll get to that point in a minute. I already got my tools ready, using the old trusty Craftsman's here. So first we gotta take it off, take off the thermostat housing. This is a pretty simple job to do. Most thermostat housings are where, you know, the consumer, the owner can actually get to them pretty easy, so it's something that you can do yourself. Say I've had this thing off before, so it was actually a pain to get off the first time though. So anyhow, moving on. Get that bad boy out of the way. I think I had to actually bend that bracket. This is just a vacuum line, so it's not a big deal. It's kind of in the way a little bit. Alright, to the next bolt. And when you have long bolts like this, you gotta use a deep well socket to get to them. This is a 1/2 inch socket that I'm using. 3/8 drive Craftsman ratchet. Get this bad boy out of here. My poor truck has been kind of neglected for a while, but she runs like a top though. Wouldn't really trade her for anything in the world. It's not the only vehicle I have, but it's actually the most useful vehicle I have, because it is a truck and I can do so much with it. Hauling furniture or just hauling junk. Do that a lot. Haul trash, things like that. Okay. Now you want to kind of get this, the old putty knife out. You want to get this old gasket off of here. Clean it up pretty good. Try to make sure it's smooth. Putty knife to get it nice and clean with. Once it's nice and clean and smooth, and clean out the groove. Check and see if there's any gunk in it. Okay. No gunk. You want to clean up this part too. The actual housing itself. This one's pretty clean because I didn't really use anything but the old gasket to put back on it. Which I'm surprised, well, I'm surprised it didn't leak. So, but we do it, we have to on a budget. And anyways, all right, we're gonna get to new thermostat here. This one is a stamp. These are about $5. I wonder if I can open it. Huh. There it is. Okay. You drop it down in there just like so, and got the new gasket here, Pro gasket. Okay, Now we have the gasket sealant. I use the Versachem gasket sealant, non-hardening. It's pliable. Like I say, a lot of people use too much gasket sealant, or they'll get the Permatex or whatever. This just has to be a little thin layer. It doesn't have to goop out or glop out or whatever. You just put a little bit around it, just like so, just a little bit around there on that side. And just put a little bit around the outside of this housing. A little bit, doesn't take much. I got some on my thermostat, but I don't think it's gonna hurt it. And we're done. That's all it takes. It doesn't take any more than that. Probably don't want to use no less than that though, but it doesn't take any more than that. So now we're ready to put it right back on. We'll get our little bolts back in the holes, line them up. Got the new gasket, got the gasket sealer. This thing rocking and ready. I'm also want to let you know that, you know, I didn't lose a lot because I have actually a little bit of a hole in my radiator, but it's way up high, so I haven't changed that yet. I know it's not good to run with a hole in your radiator, but it's so far up on the tank that it really doesn't hurt anything. So but usually you'll lose some whenever you take the radiator hose off. And like I said, I didn't lose much because there wasn't much up at the top of the radiator to lose. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I fill it up and top it off and stuff. And when you tighten these down, you don't have to torque them. I mean, I know there's torque specs for it, but just get it nice and snug. Doesn't have to be super mega tight. Just gotta hold the gasket together. That's pretty much it. But if you do find that it's not tight enough or it's leaking, you know, just snug it up a little more. It's not gonna hurt it. You know, if you run it for a few days and you check it out and you realize you've lost some fluid, or there's some coolant on the ground and you're freaking out, don't freak out. Just go ahead and add just snug it back down a little more, and because it's not uncommon for these things to not be tight enough, especially with a new gasket. And like I say, just snug it down, make sure it's nice and snug, doesn't have to be torque tight. Although the manufacturer would want you to torque it down, I guess, but I'm not the manufacturer. So anyways, you put the radiator hose back on, get your clamp in position, tighten your clamp back down, and this is going to be a finished product here. And voila. And these don't have to be super mega tight either, because you're mushing rubber and it'll make a seal, because there's a nub on there on the end of that. So yeah, anyways, that's installing a thermostat in a 88S10 anyways, with the 2.5 4-cylinder, the old Iron Duke. Can't beat that. like I say, runs like a top. Well, thanks for watching. I have more videos coming up for lots of different things, lots of stuff, lots of ideas, lots of plans in the works. So okay, I'll see you soon, YouTubers. Thanks for watching.